Elon Musk, who is in control of Twitter still and is still ostensibly the richest man in the world, responded to a rando on Twitter posting an anti-Semitic comment and said it was the actual truth. Here's the comment from the artist formerly known as Eric. It says, okay, Jewish communities have been pushing the exact kind of dialectical hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. They claim. So if you don't want anti-Semitism, you're lying about it. I'm deeply disinterested in giving the tiniest S now about Western Jewish populations coming to the disturbing realization that those hordes of minorities that support flooding their country don't exactly like them too much. You want truth said to your face, there it is. There is a lot going on in that. I mean, deep anti-Semitism, racism as well. There's a lot of stuff in there, none of it good. And then Elon Musk replies, you have said the actual truth. And I want to be very clear about this. There is no one who could have posted that anti-Semitic screed and have it be reasonable that the CEO of that social media platform, the richest man in the world, would agree with it. But doesn't it seem a little bit weirder when you find out that this is literally just some random person with like 3,800 followers? This isn't even like a right-wing grifter that he's trying to endear himself to, or a Republican presidential candidate spreading casual anti-Semitism. How did he even find that? Is he literally just searching for anti-Semitism to agree with on his platform? But regardless, that's what he did. And he's gonna try to finesse it a little bit after the fact, but that is what he said. That stuff about Jewish people hate white people and attack them and then pretend to care about anti-Semitism, but apparently they don't actually. That is the actual truth. And we're supposed to have a debate about what sort of person Elon Musk is, what his politics is, and what he's done to Twitter. Mondale, what are your thoughts?
I mean, listen, this is traditional neo-Nazi KKK language. And Elon Musk just co-signed it. As you said, the richest man in the world just co-signed. And what I understand about racism or any ism is, listen, you don't have to always be, or it's not a permanent state to be racist. You move in and out of it with your actions. This was an anti-Semitic moment for Elon Musk. And I don't know what his permanent state is, but this right here, you can't argue. You can't argue it any other way. I'm absolutely disgusted that this person who says his platform is more about inclusivity than I'm ever seeing from him or the people that he chooses to repost and hang around. This is a disgusting point, man. Him at the border was disgusting. This is next level disgusting.
I was gone for a few months, so I didn't even see the thing with the border. I'm worried to find out what happened, but he has.
Yeah. He put on a cowboy hat, John, went down there with a bunch of conservatives and act as if it was absolutely disgusting. And it's one of those things where brown people are leaving. We don't even understand our impact on what we do. Brown people, our neighbors to the south, are running to this country because of situations that we even had a hand in or exacerbated, right? It was our policies towards them to the south that created these hostile nations to people. And now we're telling them, you don't deserve asylum. And if you're seeking it, you need to seek it in Mexico somewhere. It's disgusting, man.
It's so weird. Like, you, dear viewer, if you had billions of dollars, what percentage of your day would you spend trolling social media for the words of the most hateful idiots in the world? And that's what he does with his time. He could be like trying to figure out how to solve some of the apparently glaring issues with the Cybertruck. No, there's no time for that. We cannot fix the panel gap issue because he needs to let anti-Semites know that he agrees with them. Look, he goes on to say, the ADL unjustly attacks the majority of the West, despite the majority of the West supporting the Jewish people and Israel. This is because they cannot, by their own tenets, criticize the minority groups for their primary threat. It is not right. It needs to stop. That is, again, that's basically just, that's supporting the same sort of replacement theory, conspiratorial nonsense from the original post, and then saying that, like, the deep racism and anti-Semitism and that. Someone responds trying to say it's not fair or truthful to say that Jewish communities are attacking white people or whatever. And he says, you're right that this does not extend to all Jewish communities, but it's also not just limited. So some Jewish communities are spreading I don't even know what the theory is supposed to be about how they're attacking white people internationally, but I'm sure anti-Semites know what he's talking about. I'm sure he is playing the hits for them. It's all just, it's utter disgusting hate. And it's not like Twitter needs its CEO to be going around spreading anti-Semitism. It's got enough of that at this point because they're not doing anything to police the rampant hatred, misogyny, homophobia, Islamophobia. I could go on for a long time with this that we're seeing there. And we don't have time to dive into it, but another study from the Center for Countering Digital Hate was just put out showing that they're doing basically nothing to counter any of that, which is what made Twitter the center for hateful misinformation throughout this conflict right now. Mondale, final thoughts go to you.
Yeah, man, I think you're absolutely right. And the tragedy of this is we remember Twitter. Twitter was never perfect, but Twitter, I remember when it wasn't popular to be on Twitter. The blue check thing threw me for a loop. I'm actually one of those people, John, who can't send unlimited paragraphs, right? I refuse to pay anything. And I guess I'm gonna be kicked off soon because they're gonna force people to start paying. And I've been on Twitter since, the year it was founded, and it was beautiful. It was a bunch of nerds sharing like thoughtful ideas, and now Twitter's something other than. And I'm disgusted and sad by where we find ourselves in the moment where you can have the richest man in the world spreading hate.
100%. Yeah, it is sad. It was never perfect, but it was needed. It was needed. I don't know. Threads added hashtags. I guess that's maybe at some point. I have been gone for 3 months. Is Twitter dead? Is Threads replaced it? Let me know in the comments. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.